Hey guys, this is Cindy and I'm working on my next journal. I had made a writer's journal using an old Last of the Mohegans book, and the person that bought it said they were interested in another one. So she and I agreed on this cover, and we're going to see what I can do with it. And I'm not sure how it picks up on camera, but it's kind of shiny, and if you can see the flowers made into this cover, it's just gorgeous. And it's kind of fragile on the spine. So I'm not sure if I can keep the original spine or not, but I'm going to try to cut the pages out and see where I'm at on the spine. If not, I did buy some fabric. Let me see if I can find it. If I have to make a new one, I think that'll go okay. I might have another piece that I'll try out with it, but I'm going to really try to save the spine because I really like the spine. The Study of Color is the name of the book, and it was written in 1925, so this book is just really old. There's a copyright page. And it was a library edition because there's the imprint of the library. So anyway, great pages in it, very thick. So anyway, I'm going to attempt to cut this out right now. And I had pulled this fabric a while back and put it with it, thinking a fabric flip. So that goes with it. And I'm going to get rid of my Halloween stuff here. Okay. Try to stay in frame. I got lights glaring at me. We'll see if this works. I think I can do this. It's gonna come apart fairly quickly. I mean, not quickly, easily. You just don't want to cut through the spine. You probably can't see. I can see through the spine. From this hole here, I can see all the way through the spine, all the way to the other side. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it. Okay. Now to do this side. Now this side had an interesting thing. It's like a library pocket, but it's almost like it's on backwards. You can see the bump there where the pocket should be. And it's like, I think it's like on backwards. So either that or the front has, I guess maybe the front has just come off so much because there's part of what the front of the pocket used to be right there. And then on this side is where everybody signed in. And it's 1937, 1936, there's 1946. Definitely keeping that with the book. So careful. A little tougher there. Okay. All right, wonderful pages to be harvested and lots of good stuff in there. Okay, here is the cover. It's really, 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 really fragile through here, barely hanging on. I think what I'm going to do is cut a piece of chipboard, glue it down on there, let it dry overnight, and then see if that stabilizes it enough that maybe we can just, you know, put some trim or something over this to make it look not so fragile. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to cut that chipboard, but I thought I might show you some of the pages. Like this page, absolutely, I'm making a new library pocket out of it. We're going to put it in the front. And we might make another one too to put on the back because, you know, they gave you, oops, sorry. They gave us an extra page here. So two of these great pages. And then pages like this. This got the color illustration because remember this book is about color. It's blank on the back. It's going to be great. Something just to put in a pocket for extra journaling space. And there's several throughout here. Like here's one. And they're pretty fragile, so I'm afraid to bend. I'll see about bending them. So if they don't work, they don't work. But it's a great book. So anyway, that's what I'm going to start working on. I'm going to go cut that chipboard and get it glued, and I'll show you later how it did. Thanks for watching. Bye. Well, I have a sad update about the book. I put the chipboard in, and I used one I thought, you know, pretty close to the size. And just when I bent that page up, it just, all of it from one side just came down. It was just hanging on just a little bit at the end. And I thought, well, you know, it's not worth it to risk the journal not being stable because we need to keep the spine. So I still have the spine. I'll use the spine somehow, maybe a belly band. And we'll still keep, you know, rest of the cover and all that. So I'm going to go dig through my stash of fabrics just to see if I have something that I want to use other than that one I got. So this, I think it will work fine. You know, you just want to make sure there's not something better. So anyway, I'm going to take, since I decided I had to make a new spine, I made it 2 inches instead of the 1.5 or 1 1/4 that one was going to end up being. So this book's going to be a little bigger, but I thought, you know, that way we can put more stuff in it. So just a little bit bigger. And I will get this attached and some fabric picked out, and I'll give you another update. So thanks for watching. Bye. My camera's really at a weird angle. Here's the 2 covers with the spine. I just duct taped it in to hold it. And I'm going to put this fabric around it. And I chose this fabric. And the reason I did is because it looked older than the rest of the fabrics I had. Plus, I thought that tan in it just matched this inside just perfectly. So it will look like this on the inside. I think that's just perfect. Now, it's barely long enough, so I'm going to have to give it a good stretch. So it may not meet quite in the middle. If not, we'll do, excuse me, we'll do something there. And it was fringed on one side. That was the selvage, so I fringed the other. And because I didn't want it to go any further, I just ran a zigzag stitch down it. And I'm going to go sand this duct tape so it's not slick and shiny, so the glue will stick to it. And then I'm going to start with the front and glue fabric on it and go from there. So I will keep you updated. So thanks for watching. Bye. Hey guys, my spine is gluing, and I will show it to you guys when it's dry, but I thought I'd just keep going. And one of the things I said I wanted to put in the book was the library pocket, and I was going to use this flyleaf paper to make it. And I'm kind of worried that it's pretty fragile, so I'm going to use practice sheet. Actually, I don't want to use that as a practice sheet. There's a lot of those pages in here. I would like to use something I wouldn't use, like this text. All right, we'll use this text page. And here's the crazy thing. Usually when I make a library pocket, I start out with a piece of paper that's 4 by 6 inches. But this one, to me, is kind of got the right proportions still. It's not. I'm not going to measure it. I know it's not, you know, 2 inches extra this way, 2 inches extra that way, perfect. But it's still got the rectangular dimensions. So we're going to try it. And I haven't done one in a while, so it may take me a little while to remember. And this is just my practice one, so, but I should probably get that straight. So hang on just a second. I'm using my cutter. Okay, I have a guillotine cutter that I like so much better than my other one. So, okay, so here we go. See, I'm afraid it's so fragile. Look at that. Oh dear. 1/2 inch. Way too much. Way too fragile. All right, trying to go lighter. Oh no, still won't do it. Okay. Making a library pocket out of this paper. The inside paper is definitely not going to work. Let me try a little bit of the actual thing. It's a little better so far. Okay, I did a 1/2 inch. I just barely did it. Oops, there we go, we tear. Maybe with lots of glue it'll hold up. All right, let's try this other side. Oops, there I went. Through the hole. Not smart, not smart, I'm being dumb. Okay, that's gonna be cut off anyway, but the bottom's not. And I need one about, normally it's 3.5 inches. Let's just keep it the same, 3.5 inches. Okay, now the scissors. can find them. Just angle cut and on the outside of the fold. Okay, there's the library pocket. I made it extra big. I think it's going to be okay. I'm definitely reinforcing all of these seams with Mod Podge, and I'm going to round those corners. Let's try this one first. Yeah, just a little bit. Extra wide library pocket for this. Well, I don't have the cover here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Mod Podge this before I glue and let it dry, and then I'm going to glue it and we'll see what happens. I'm just going to try to barely get some on there because I don't want this shiny because it's just too perfect, the shade. So anyway, I'm going to work on that and I will get back with you guys later. Bye. Okay, I want to show you what I did. One thing I did, I messed up, so we'll explain. I'll talk about that. Here's the front of the envelope. I did a little bit of Mod Podge on the folds. You can kind of see the shiny. I wish I hadn't done that, number one, because then I got the idea of, on the inside, put Mod Podge over the whole thing and then put some washi over that fold. And that will reinforce it from the inside. It won't show. So, okay, so Mod Podge the whole thing before I realized this is the front of the pocket. It's going to fold up like this. So I ended up Mod Podging the front, which is okay because it's going to give me two different tones, the shiny and the non-shiny, but it's not really what I wanted. So, you know, I have another one. I'm going to try again. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to attempt to score it at 1/2 inch and 3 1/2. And then I'm going to remember which side I'm putting Mod Podge on. So I'll let you know how this one works out. And then I'll show you, hopefully, this one finished and working right. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, here's the update on the library pockets. Here's the one that I originally did. I put the Mod Podge over the whole thing before I realized that part of this would be the front. And I just folded it, and it's going to fold fine. Some of the washi shows through there, but that's fine. And this is going to be glued down on the page. So the only thing I really have to worry about is this front part. I did not Mod Podge it. I think I might go ahead and do it because it's a little shiny on the back, but I think it's worth it to preserve it. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's the one I messed up on. Here's another one I did, and I just put the Mod Podge down here, glued the washi on there, and didn't do any more Mod Podge on purpose. And it got a little right there, but that's okay. So it folded around and looks fine, and the two are more the same shade, except for that little bit right there. So I think it's fine. This, yes, I reinforced that, didn't I? Yeah. I think once it's glued on the page, it's going to be pretty stable. This will be the worst, and if worst comes to worst, we can put some scrapbook paper or a digital image or something over it. But that's going to be my oversized library pocket for this book. And I'm going to go ahead and Mod Podge the front of this to match that, and it can go in the back or somewhere else in the book. And if you remember, if you saw the other video, I talked about how that one library pocket had just flaked off and was gone. Well, you know, this one might do the same thing. So anyway, that's where we're at on that, and I'll keep you updated. So thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, I meant to show this on the other video so they don't have a bunch of jumpy short videos put together. But anyway, I had this sack, not sure where it came from. I like the color of it and everything. And I decided I didn't want it in like that. I just don't like, I don't know, sideways sacks for some reason. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to zigzag across here to make a bottom. And it's just going to go in like a page. And I'm going to leave it, you know, for writing supplies, drawing supplies, whatever. So that's what I thought I would do. And I think you can see my sewing machine. It's nothing but just a quick zigzag stitch across there, and I think I'll just use this as my guide. You know what, let me measure real quick, because my page is 8 1/2 would be about the tallest I could go. Okay, that's going to be a little over 7, so that'll be fine. It's going to be a full page pocket. fun. My machine is on a different stitch. I thought it was on zigzag, but it's on something different. Now, you know, if I wanted, these scissors cut paper great, but not thread. If I'd wanted a fancy stitch, my machine wouldn't have worked. So anyway, now I'm gonna take these ziggy zaggy 6 scissors and just cut across there. And we make a little bag. So that can go in the journal and it can bulk up as much as you need it to. So anyway, that's what I'm working on now, and I think I'm gonna go through these papers, or the book pages, and finish pulling out the ones I want to keep. Like I know I want to keep the title page, especially since it's pretty blank on the back. And I'm just gonna tear out some. And this page, which is in the back, if you watched earlier this video, you see there's a bunch of these. I'm thinking about including some of those in the book, so I'll have to, you know, hinge them together. So I will come up with an idea for that, and I'd probably attach it to this video. So thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, now I'm going to make some flip pockets for the journal, Rita Donnelly flips. And since I want to use the book pages from the actual book, The Study of Color, and anytime I'm using book pages in a journal, I would like to use the pages of the actual book I'm, you know, I stole the cover from. So, but this time, you know, the pages are real fragile. So I thought, what can I do? Because I definitely, you know, can't really fold them and just use them. So I'll show you what I did. But I just want to explain one thing about this book. It reminds me of the Reader's Digest book. Instead of the signatures being sewn in, I don't know how they normally are sewn in, but these are sewn in like all the way through the book. So there's no double pages. Every page comes out singly. So that means I have to figure out how to hinge those together, and I'll do that next. But anyway, for this time, I wanted to show you how I made these a little bit sturdier. I wanted the craft paper, so I went looking to see what I had, and I have some of this that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's fairly thin. I use it to wrap boxes when I send out orders. So I just cut a 4.5 by 4.5 inch square, and the size of the square, of course, would be according to whatever size your journal is. And then this is so easy. I just took this, and the hard part is remembering to put the glue on the wrong side, right side, whatever you want to call it, so that I don't get the glue on the wrong side, which I am very apt to do. So I'm just using Fabri-Tac. I was afraid glue stick might not hold it too well, so I just wanted Fabri-Tac. And I'm taking the page, and it's upside down, and there's the title, which I want on my flip. So I'm just going to make sure this is centered over that title. And I'm going all the way to the top just because I want to show that wonderful color on the edge here. So just put it over that. And then I'm going to trim around it. And I didn't fold the flip first. It just makes it, I think it glues down a little better. And it gives you some more flexibility. So now that you've got it cut out, then you can fold it, and that paper is much more stable. It's not going to crunch, at least not yet. And you can just trim up anything that doesn't quite match, and there you go. You got to flip up so you can write. It'll be glued in as a pocket, and the paper is pretty stable on there. So it's from the book I'm working on. So I'm going to make one more of these, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say. This book has great wide margins, so this is great paper for stamping words on or small images. So I am definitely keeping all of those margins. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, I'm back again. I finally got around to hinging these pages. I picked the ones I wanted, and I trimmed them up, and then I'm going to put them like this. They actually were in the spine of the book over here, but I don't want to cover up any of these images, so I'm putting the outside edges together. Excuse me. I am still, you know, getting over this sinus thing, and I've got my drink here, so sorry. But I've got a piece of muslin. I'm just going to put a little glue down to hold it, and then I'm going to stitch both sides of it. So just show you what I'm doing. I just kind of line them up. No, actually, let me put the glue down, then line them up, because I'll be moving them. Whether I want to or not, they'll move. It's just enough glue to kind of hold it in place till I get it to the machine. And then just kind of put this over there and pat it down. And then I'll stitch along there, and that will hold it down better. So I've got one ready to go over here that's kind of dried, so let me work on that. Get this little machine over here. And see, I've got the fabric glued down and getting ready to sew it. And earlier I did that fancy stitch. I'm not sure I'll get it to do it again. I'm gonna try though. Oh, you know what? I bet I don't have much bobbin. I have enough to do, I think, one of these. So let's try it. Yep, just doing that stitch. I have to worry about running into my tripod back there, so. Swivel it. I'm going to turn it. Turn it again. And turn it one last time. Somewhere around here I've got scissors. Oops. And I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. I think that looks pretty neat. And of course you'll just see that on one side and that on the other. And that keeps those fragile pieces of paper from crumbling if I try to fold them together. So I'm going to do at least 3 sets of these, one for each signature. And speaking of the signatures, I got the signature covers. And it's kind of funny, I picked out other paper and went to fold it because I knew I wanted pockets. Because I'm not putting a lot of pockets on the pages in this one. So I thought, well, I will definitely put pockets in the signature covers. And the paper I picked out earlier, once you folded up the page, then you didn't have any of the anything really much on the front because all of it was kind of down. So I thought, okay, never mind. So I went looking in my pad of paper. I think it's called Haberdashery. I'll show it when I do a final flip through. And it's craft paper, and I love it. And I thought, you know, this is better paper for this journal anyway. So there it is. And let me go grab the journal real quick. It's not completely dry, but it's dry enough for me to show you what it looks like. So there's the fabric I chose and the fringes on there. And I'm not doing much else to the front or the insides. I'm going to put my library pockets there. Let's see if I can find one of them. It's huge and it's going to really blend in. So that may be something I want to think about. But I still like it. And see, it's so big it can cover that one. But I think these signature covers are going to be really pretty. So, and I'm getting the papers together. I've got a lot of them already cut, and I'm going to finish hinging these. There's one other thing I wanted to do, and let's see if I can get it done. I'll move my sewing machine out of the way. I wanted to work with this. I've already Mod Podged this, so it should be safe. I did not do the back because I figured I'm going to be gluing that down, but I picked a page. And it's going to be a little tall, but we'll deal with that in a minute. So we're going to try using a page from the book. If it's too fragile, we'll just do another page from another book. Normally, when I'm doing a belly band, I just fold a page in half, in thirds. So there's like one. And then, you know, it doesn't have to be exact because this is going to be glued down. So there would be my belly band. And then, see, I'm thinking about gluing this over the top. Actually, I think I'll stitch it. I kind of like it to have the name of the library down there, Evansville. So I'll probably trim a little off there, and I can trim off the top just fine. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to trim it. I just might as well do it. And grab the scissors. And then just trim this off a little bit. Upside down. So I'm wondering if I want more of the book page showing, but maybe not, because it's all about the spine, isn't it? Yeah, and I've pretty much got that the right size, so let's just go ahead and stitch it. Move this puppy back in the way. And I want it off that special signature and a smaller zigzag. Okay. Not signatures. Stitch. I don't want it on that specialty stitch. Okay. I'm going to be zigzagging. I'm going to move up because I don't want to zigzag over the name of the library. I'll just glue that part down. And this end. Okay. So there is the belly band. It's actually going to be a double belly band. And if the person who gets this think this is too fragile, you can just glue it. Actually, you know, now think about it. I said I was going to glue it down, didn't I? You know, I just will wait and see how it does. It can be easily glued down if you decide it's too fragile. And it's going to go in as a belly band, double belly band, and I think that's it for right now. So thanks for watching. Bye.